Part 1. Early Life in a Log Cabin. Abraham Lincoln was born in 1809 in Kentucky, United States. His family was very poor. They lived in a small log cabin with one room. There was no luxury, no comfort, only hard work. Lincoln's father was a farmer. His mother cared for the children, but she died when Abraham was only 9 years old. Life was difficult. Every day was a struggle for food, shelter, and survival. But young Abraham learned to be strong. Even in poverty, he showed great curiosity. He wanted to know more about the world. This hunger for knowledge would shape his future. Part 2. Hard work and self-education. As a boy, Abraham worked many jobs. He helped on the family farm. He chopped wood and built fences. He also worked in stores and carried goods by river. Life gave him little time for school. In total, Lincoln had less than 1 year of formal education, but he never stopped learning. At night, he read books by the light of the fire. He borrowed books from neighbors whenever he could. He studied the Bible, history, law, and literature. People soon noticed his love for reading. They saw a tall, quiet boy who preferred a book to rest or play. This self-education gave Lincoln the tools that would help him rise as a leader. Part 3. Failures and Persistence. As a young man, Abraham Lincoln faced many failures. He tried to start a small business, but it collapsed. He entered politics and lost several elections. He even lost in love when a woman he cared for died. Each failure brought pain and disappointment, but Lincoln refused to give up. He once said, "My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure." Lincoln learned from every mistake. He worked harder, spoke better, and gained wisdom. His persistence became his strength. Step by step, failure by failure, he was moving toward greatness. Part 4. A Rising Politician. In 1834, Abraham Lincoln was elected to the Illinois State Legislature. This was his first real step into politics. He worked hard to understand the law. Soon, he became a lawyer, known for his clear mind and honest words. People began to call him Honest Abe. He earned respect not only for his knowledge, but also for his fairness and integrity. Lincoln served in the U.S. Congress, but he was still not very famous. He lost more elections, yet he continued to speak about justice and freedom. By the 1850s, America was divided over slavery. Lincoln's speeches against slavery made him a national voice. He was no longer just a local politician. He was becoming a leader for the whole nation. Part 5. President of the United States. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln was elected as the 16th President of the United States. His election shocked many people. He was not from a rich family. He had little formal education, but he was chosen because of his honesty, his strong character, and his clear stand against slavery. The nation was deeply divided. The southern states depended on slavery. They feared Lincoln would end it. Soon after his election, several southern states left the Union. The United States was breaking apart. Lincoln knew his job would be the hardest of all. He was now president during the most dangerous crisis, the American Civil War. Part 6. The Civil War. In 1861, the Civil War began. The North, called the Union, fought against the South, called the Confederacy. It was the bloodiest war in American history. Families were divided. Brothers fought against brothers. Lincoln's goal was to save the Union. He believed the United States must remain one nation. But as the war continued, another goal became clear: the end of slavery. Lincoln faced huge pressure. The war was long, painful, and costly. Many criticized him, but he never gave up. Through speeches and decisions, he inspired people to fight for freedom and unity. The Civil War tested Lincoln's leadership, and it tested the soul of the nation. Part 7. Emancipation Proclamation. On January 1, 1863, President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. This document declared that all enslaved people in the Confederate States were free. The words gave hope to millions. For the first time, freedom was written into law. Lincoln knew this decision was risky. It could make the war even harder, but he believed it was the right thing to do. He once said, "If slavery is not wrong, nothing is wrong." The proclamation changed the purpose of the war. It was no longer only about saving the Union. It was now about freedom and equality. From that day, Lincoln became known as the Great Emancipator. Part 8. Final Days and Assassination. By 1865, the Civil War was ending. The Union Army was winning. Freedom for millions of people was becoming real. Lincoln spoke about healing the nation. In his second inaugural address, he said, "With malice toward none, with charity for all." He wanted peace and unity after years of pain. But on April 14, 1865, tragedy struck. Lincoln went to a theater in Washington, D.C. There, he was shot by John Wilkes Booth, a man who opposed his leadership. The president died the next morning. The whole country mourned. People cried in the streets. Church bells rang across the nation. Lincoln's death shocked the world. He had given his life to the cause of freedom and unity. Part 9. Legacy of Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln is remembered as one of the greatest leaders in history. He showed that a man born in poverty could rise to the highest office through honesty and hard work. He defended the idea that all people are created equal. He ended slavery in America. He kept the United States together as one nation. Lincoln's words still inspire today. His speeches, like the Gettysburg Address, remind us of freedom, sacrifice, and hope. People call him Honest Abe and the Great Emancipator. His story is a lesson in courage, persistence, and compassion. For English learners, his life is not only history. It is a story of never giving up, of believing in justice, and of changing the world with faith and determination. Conclusion. The life of Abraham Lincoln teaches us that greatness is not about where you start, but about how you live, what you believe, and how you serve others. He turned hardship into strength, failure into wisdom, and leadership into freedom. Now, I'd like to hear from you. Which part of Lincoln's story inspired you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, tap the like button, hit subscribe, and join us for more English stories that educate and inspire. And don't forget to share this video with a friend who also wants to learn English through history. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next story.